All right, guys, welcome back to the show. Man, thank you for tuning in to part three, the grand finale of Isaac's incredible story. You guys are in for a treat. Enjoy, and I'll see you later.
Yeah, I'm clueless.
Yeah. So
Like I said at the beginning, I don't. I'm bad at describing myself. So the things he sees is obviously normal to me. So I can't really be like, oh yeah, that opened up for me.
aha, interesting, right? See, perspective. He doesn't see himself as anything special or different or whatever, and then the rest of us are looking in awe at what he's actually capable of doing because we know where he came from. So it's such an interesting thing, and I'm so glad that you're actually saying this because this is such an important stuff, right? Because a lot of us are going through different things, have different issues, different things that affecting us, and we think because of what we've been through, that only means that we're limited to blank, or we can never be blank, or we can never accomplish some other stuff. We don't even try because people around us just accept that as who we are and just kind of categorize us as that thing. And we just accept it and move on from there. What's unique about being here is that we see beyond that. Every single one of you out there, I don't care what you're going through or what you've been through, you all have the capacity to become the biggest, baddest mofo that ever walked on this planet if you so choose to step into that role. What we provide you here is an environment where you can actually like grow into that. Whether you physically here in the gym with us or you work with us remotely, we literally give you the tools, training, support, and everything else to actually grow into that person. So you become a version of yourself that maybe right now you can't envision, but I promise you, if you ever thought about being like a superhero or just being just this incredible human being, you are that. You just haven't brought him or her out.
Yep.
And our job is literally to help you figure that out and bring that person out and make you be who you were designed to be originally.
Yep.
I always find it interesting that people have gone through things and then just use whatever it is that they've been through as like, well, this happened to me and this is where I'm at, so that's just how it is, and accept it as end all be all. Man, nothing can be further from the truth. You have so much more in you that we can bring out if you're just simply willing to step in and do the work. And what I love about this young man sitting next to me is that he did that. He came in here and never questioned. Sometimes I would tell him to do stuff. He'd look at me thinking, you want me to do what exactly? Like, how do you expect me to be able to do this? Because I can't move like that. I can't do those things. Right. And my response is always the same. Well, let's find out.
Well, I just want to clear up. Not sometimes, a lot of times. It's like 80 or 90% of the time. Like, what? You want me to do what again?
Yeah.
But I still did it, because I've always been open-minded to developing more, being a better person every day. And I do want to say, as a child, like, yeah, with my problems and stuff, like, I do want to thank my brother because my older brother just like, you're a normal kid. I'm still gonna beat you up like my little brother. So I've always took that to heart. And even when I was outside, like outside of my house, I always thought of myself as a regular kid. Like, whatever you could do, I could do better type stuff. It's just I never back down with anything. Like with sports, even like just me, people's perspective wise, it's like, oh, let's be easy on them. Nah, treat me the same. I'm still gonna beat you.
Yeah.
Treat me the same.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm thinking of that. I remember in middle school, like those early morning football games. So we would go in the back where the field was, and they would just throw the ball, or just like run and play a quick game before class starts. And I remember there was this big dude on the other team, and he saw I was playing, so he jumped in. So and then I caught the ball. He's like, "All right, get behind me." So I just started running behind him, and I passed him. And he's like, "All right, you got balls, kid." And I'm like, "Yeah, I do." So I've always kept the respect from everybody because I kept that tone. I never let anybody treat me wrong. Like, you never treat me like a disabled kid. Like, nah, I'm me, man. I bleed just like you. I'm a normal human being. Yeah, I might have some problems. Yeah, I might not be able to do stuff normally or just do stuff that I can't. But I'm gonna adapt to it. I'm adapt and get better.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
And I know that that's one thing when you first got here, right? Like immediately, I never saw you as anything other than you. Like,
Yeah.
dude, yeah, I expect you to be able to do this.
Yeah.
And you'd look at me like, but I can't do that. I'm like, how do you know? You've
Figure it
never
out.
tried it.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Figure it out.
And I think that you having that attitude about not giving up and not quitting was definitely important. But I also believe that me also having the same attitude when it comes to that you're capable of anything, literally anything. You just need to be willing to put
Yeah.
yourself in that situation and go forth, right? But also have the right support, have the right help and everything else. And we had that. I already knew that part. We just needed you to step into it and take action. And I'm glad you did. So it's such an important thing, man. Like you've been through so much and you've experienced so many different things. So tell us, man, what's your secret? What is it that you've been able, what has helped you to be able to maintain such a positive attitude throughout everything that you've experienced in your life? Why has this been possible for you?
Well, yeah, I mean, mainly is just believing in God. Obviously, that's my number one thing. I thank my mom for since baby. We always grew up in church, so I always had that love and knowing that God was there and just pushing through and not giving up. It's just I didn't I didn't want to be another statistic as a kid that was born with problems and just laid down. I'm a fighter. I'm always gonna fight my way out, and I'm just with a smile just because I've seen in my family everybody was beat up because of my situation. And I'm like, you ain't gotta be. I'm here. I'm still alive. I'm still able to give you hugs and kisses and love. So let's just do that. Let's just live in harmony and push through. You see a wall, just break that shit. Fuck it. We just gonna keep on going.
That's
Like,
awesome, man. So in other words, what
yeah,
you're telling me is that no matter what the situation was, you always chose happy.
yeah,
You see, I talk about this a lot, guys, right? Happiness being a choice. And a lot of people don't believe that to be so. They like the circumstances that they're going through dictate how they feel. It is literally your choice. It doesn't matter how bad things are. You can always find a silver lining. You can always find something to smile and be happy about. It is your choice. And the moment you start believing that and accepting that and living through that, you can find yourself capable of doing things that other people might think would be completely impossible.
and
He's proof.
it's another reason why is because I've been in hospitals. I've been in hospitals for weeks, months, and being outside is different. It's a different color. So why not be happy about that? Because if I sit down and think about it, it's like I should be at a hospital bed right now. I shouldn't even be here right now. So what's not to be happy about? What's not to be grateful about? It's just I could be in different situations and I'm not just because of who I am and of God's grace mainly. Just God's love, just giving me that strength and fortune to keep pushing, keep moving forward, and that quote, that line that I've there probably it's probably been said, but it's been incited in my brain is what I made up was I adapt to inspire. I adapt my way of life to inspire others because I get that a lot. It's like, oh my God, you're such an inspiration. You know what you do is amazing, and I'm like, to me, it's just a normal day. Like, to me, it's just I'm pushing through, and if I can, you can too. That's what it is.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. And in talking about this, because it's such kind of interesting thing, right? Having the normal days and be able to lead a normal life. So some may wonder, I mean, is it possible? Do you expect this to be like, where do you see this going from here? Like, how long do you expect this to last? Do you see this as a long, fruitful, normal, incredible life? Or do you see this like, well, this is going to be something I can do for just a little bit and then I'm going to have to stop?
Nah, fuck that. I'm trying to live forever. Trying to get like you, my dog.
You trying to get to 197?
Yes, sir.
I love it.
Yeah, I have my little routines with my medications and stuff, but that's just beside the point. It's just like I said earlier. I've always thought of myself as a regular human. Like, yeah, I got problems. Yeah, I'll figure it out. It's just I got my little routines and push through.
Yeah, man. So now the cool thing is because I think also knowing all the things that you go through, I mean, I know like all the different things, right? So people are always wondering, man, like, are you completely dependent on others in order to be able to do what you do, or are you self-sufficient and doing everything on your own?
That's the crazy part. I've always been independent of myself. Like even as a kid, like I said earlier, like I'm an observant person. So since I was a kid, like I would do my own feeding. Like I would have a nurse right next to me, but I'd be like, nah, give it to me. I want to do it. Or like in the hospitals, like, nah, I could do this. Like you don't got to worry about it. Even though it's their job. Like I've always been that person. Like I used to have a tracheotomy, which is like a little tube in your neck to breathe, and those things would be like, oh, you need a nurse to change it. I'd be like, nah, I'm taking it. I'm putting it in myself. Like I'm very, as much as I can, I want to be independent, just because I don't want to depend on people as much. Because like at least for my parents, it's like I know one day they'll be gone, and then I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, I'm gonna need a nurse 24/7. Nah, like I want to live my own life. I I want to have a normal life. You know, I want to have wife, kids, all that. And I can't have a wife or kid with a nurse right next to me. Like, come on, man. Unless she's my nurse, then that's different.
Right.
But still, like, I want that independent value. You know. Yes, like I said, I do have my medications. I do eat through a tube, so it's very different when I go out. But I adapt to it. I work my ways through it. You know, just learn the things. And if people can't get with that, like doesn't feel gross about it, then I can't be around you because that's just my life. You know, I've been fortunate enough to have people around me that understand and they're cool with it. And it's like they see me as me and not as a kid that's with problems. And that's what I love about everybody that's around me.
Yeah, man. You are you, dude. You are something
Yeah.
special, you know? So now,
Yeah.
so this is so cool, right? Because right now, so those of you that are listening out there, any nurses, I mean, yeah, you got a
Hey,
catch
what's
right
up?
here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, you can have a
Yeah.
dual role here, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? No, he's an awesome guy, great sense of humor, fantastic. But he also does something else that you wouldn't necessarily expect. I mean, little man right here is an avid motorcycle rider.
I'm an adventurist, if you want to call it.
Right,
Yeah.
right, adventure, you know, and I mean, talk about that a little bit, if you would mind, because I think people kind of when they hear that, they're like, wait, what do you mean he rides a motorcycle?
Yeah, I ride motorcycles. It's crazy. Not four wheelers, not two wheels, you know? They're on the road, you know, on the road again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Shrek and Donkey.
exactly, on the road again. So that was always been, like, I guess on my bucket list because as a. Sorry. Anyways, so as a kid, my brother had a dirt bike and we would go weekends and ride. And obviously, it was too big for me. I was still short at the time. So then I got with you and you started buying motorcycles. And then Eileen had a motorcycle and I was like, yo, it'd be dope if I learn one day. And he was like, I could teach you. I was like, what? I was like, yeah, you want to ride? I was like, let's do it. So we bought myself a little 250 small bike and it was that day. I was like, all right, cool. I'm doing this. It's like in shock. I was like, am I really doing this? And I'm like, I'm doing this. All right, cool. So and then first day I got it, and then 2 weeks later I still didn't get it because I was working with the clutches and stuff. I fell like twice, 3 times, maybe four. The funny part was like I fell, and I'm like looking at you like, yo, you gonna help me? Like, nah, get your ass up. I was like,
Well, I mean,
all
I
right.
did tell you, right? That's your first lesson,
Uh,
right? I mean,
He's like, at least you don't gotta learn that lesson again. I was like, let's get that out of the way, you know? But yeah, it's fun. Like, and then I just got hooked like every other motorcyclist, you know? You get that freedom, you get that enjoyment of your time alone in the with yourself on the road.
yeah. How does it make you feel, man, when you're on a bike? Seriously, because I think that's something that's important for people to get to know. You, especially knowing everything that you've been through and all of that, right? What is that like for you? Why is it that you actually want to do that?
It makes me feel good. It makes me feel powerful, I guess, because it's like not saying fuck you to the doctors, but saying fuck you to the doctors. Like I did it, I did something that is beyond crazy. It's like don't do that. I can do it. Why not? And it's just like I said, it's fun and enjoyment. It's very it's very therapeutic. And when we say that, y'all like, oh yeah, y'all just saying that. Nah, it's crazy. It's because you're in your own head. You're relaxing. You're enjoying the day, especially Sundays. It's like it's beautiful out, so you're just riding to chill. Hurt your ass at times, but hey, that's pain is beauty, right?
It's part of living. That's a
Part of
reminder that
living.
you're alive, right?
Yeah,
Because the alternative could be there's no pain at all,
yo,
ever.
ever.
Yeah, not
Down in
looking
the
forward
dirt,
to
now
that.
we good.
We know it's coming, just not looking forward
Not
to it,
looking
right?
forward at all.
Yeah. Man, Isaac, dude, thank you so much for being here, doing this,
Yeah.
sharing your story with us. I think people are going to get to really, truly know a little bit more about you, get a good glimpse into who you are and why I believe you are so powerful. Dude,
So,
thank you again. Guys, we have something special here at Lion Strong. I'm honored to be able to work with people like Isaac. But what's so even more inspiring for me is like Isaac is not just a client that comes in here and has improved and gotten better. He's literally turned around and taken everything that he's learned. And he's now pouring into others to help them accomplish things that they didn't believe they could. It is so awesome to have guys like him on staff here, like Eileen and Giancarlo and all the others that are working here so diligently because they know, because they've been through it, they've seen the improvements for themselves, and they want to turn around and help do the same for everybody else out there. That makes me feel more incredible about everything that we have here than anything else. So thank you, man, for being here. Thank you for trusting me to be able to help you through all these things.
shoot,
And
thank you for letting me be here. Like, thank you for giving me this opportunity in general. And yeah, everybody should, whoever's listening, should reach out and let us help you be your better self. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Let us do that. If you have questions, guys, you can reach out through us to any of our social media. You can go on the website, getlionstrong.com. You can actually fill out a form, reach out and talk to us. Let's have a conversation. Let's find out what's going on with you, what issues you're facing and dealing with, and how we can help you become the absolute biggest badass you were ever designed to be. All right. Thanks for listening in. I will catch you guys on the next one.